Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into an exciting return for a Manchester City legend. That's right, we're talking about Ilkay Gundogan and his incredible career, his time away, and what his return means for Manchester City. So let's get into it. When it comes to his time at Manchester City, Gundogan's a five-time English champion, a two-time FA Cup winner, a four-time English Cup winner, and as well as a Champions League winner. I mean, some of the most important highlights of his time at at Manchester City was when he was an integral part of their Premier League winning campaign in 2020-21 season. That year, he had 17 goals, 4 assists for the club, and the season after, he was also integral in their 21-22 win, especially with his iconic brace and the last game of the season to against Aston Villa to help seal the title for them. And then, of course, he was also part of a treble-winning team in the 22-23 season, in which they won the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. And it seems like he's taking a little bit of an extended break from Manchester City, but he's making his way back. After leaving City in 2023, Gundogan spent last season at Barcelona, and he wasn't just a passenger there either. He contributed to 5 goals and 14 assists across all competitions, primarily playing as an attacking midfielder and as a central midfielder, which allowed him to dictate play from deep as well as create chances. So, what makes Gundogan so special? Let's break down his strengths. So first, his ability to pass and receive in deep areas makes him such a key player in the build-up phase, and you can kind of see that by his heat zone towards the uh, beginning of like the middle third of the pitch. Also, he's extremely press resistant. This is due to his calmness on the ball that lets him escape pressure even in tight spaces. And usually, when it comes to kind of how he receives and dribbles, what I really like about Gundogan and one of his main assets is his ability to turn defenders inside and out with quick acceleration. And it's kind of hard to describe without actually watching. But usually, one of the things that he'll do to really bamboozle defenders is that he'll dribble, come to a complete stop, and turn in the opposite direction once they try to lunge in for the ball. And usually, due to his acceleration, he's able to kind of progress the ball that way. And speaking of his ball progression, it is in the elite of the elite. Last year, he ranked in the 88th percentile for progressive carries into the box, which just shows how integral he is, not just to their build-up phase, but also to their attacking play as well. And then another stat that kind of illustrates that is his 2.9 chances created per 90, which is top of the list. If you look at Barcelona's main chance creators, and as well as I believe his 97 chances created overall is top amongst La Liga players when looking at all positions. And then as well, he's posted a 0.32 expected assists per game, which ranks him around, I want to say, top 10 in all of the European top 5 leagues and second amongst all La Liga midfielders. So this shows just how important he is in creating chances for his team. So just looking at all of those things that I've kind of stated, it's easy to see why any team would want to have this guy. In terms of main weaknesses for Gundogan last season, because obviously no player is perfect. I would say his biggest weakness, just from an eye test standpoint, is he seems to be very reluctant to engage in physical contact. And when I say that, I mean that as a detriment in the sense that he seems to avoid it at all costs. So that can sometimes lead him to have rush decisions, bad passes, risky turnovers. And then from a statistical standpoint, he does rank in the 48th percentile when it comes to the percentage of his long passes completed, which could just have more to do with the fact that he attempts a lot more than a lot of other players. So it would also kind of make sense that in that sense that his percentages would be lower. However, he doesn't really have anything that I would consider to be significant weaknesses. These would just be the two things that I would want to point out if I were to give an overall assessment of the player. But now that Gundogan is set to return to Manchester City in this transfer window, this has been huge because City now can replace his goals and creativity with, well, ironically, his goals and creativity. I mean, obviously they've brought in Mateo Kovacic and Matias Nunez over the last year to try to fill the void he's left behind. But I wouldn't say neither one of them have really done that to the full ability just yet. So in a way, it is kind of ironic that he will be coming back to essentially replace himself. But honestly, what City truly getting from him that they may need is his ability to step up in the biggest games. And that's one of the reasons that he's so loved at this club. So with that being said, I would say that his acquisition has more or less just shown that guaranteed another league title in the blue side of Manchester. So what do you think of Gundogan's return? Will he be key for another Man City title? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content. And I will see you next time.